Linear inequalities in two variables. Before we start, let's think about a couple of things about graphing first. For example, a positive slope. How does that look like in general? Well, a positive slope starts on the bottom left and it goes up to the right. Slope is represented as the letter M, well, that's equal to positive slope. How about a negative slope? Negative slope, again, it starts to the left, but this time on the top over here, and it goes down. So this slope is negative. Okay, positive slope, negative slope, very important to understand. A couple of other things too. If we're dealing with inequalities, that means we have these symbols, right? Greater than or equal to, right? Well, let's look at the greater than symbol and the less than symbol. If we have any of these symbols, we know we have to use a dashed line to graph. If we have the greater than or equal to, or the less than or equal to, we need a solid line. Now the inequality doesn't tell me the direction of the slope, okay? It's going to be very important. Another thing also that you might want to remember is y equals mx plus b. And this tells me a couple of things, right? This tells me the y is equal to mx plus b, but m is the slope, right? And b is the y-intercept. All right, let's try y minus 5 is less than or equal to 3x. Now we look at this and we notice that this is not in mx plus b form. Let's put it in mx plus b form. It'll be easier for us to graph. So we're going to add 5. I'm going to add 5. We got y is less than or equal to 3x plus 5. There's a lot of information here. First of all, this inequality, less than or equal to, tells me it's a solid line, right? Solid line. This 3 tells me that the slope is 3, which means that the slope is positive, right? And the 5 is the y-intercept, where the line hits the y-axis, so that's 5. A lot of information here. All right, so let's graph. We're gonna sketch. That's a better word. I'm gonna sketch this. Y-intercept is 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not perfect, but it's going to hit there. The line is positive, right? It's going up, so it has to look like it's going this direction. And it's solid. All right, so it's going this way. Now the question is, do we shade down or up? Because it's an inequality. The inequality tells you, hey, you have to shade on the bottom or on the top of the line. Well, easiest way is to cover this up. Cover the slope and x. Just cover it up and ask yourself, what number is less than or equal to 5? 4. 4 is, so is 3, so is 2. Okay, that's where we shade on the bottom. All right, let's try the next problem. We got 2x plus y is greater than negative 2. All right, so first let's put it in mx plus b form. So let's subtract 2x on both sides. We get y is greater than negative 2x minus 2. What do we got here? We got an inequality that tells us that it's going to be a dashed line. Dashed line. We got a slope of negative 2, meaning that the slope is negative. We got to draw a picture that's going down. And the y-intercept is negative 2. Okay, so we have a couple of things that we need to do here. Let's try it. Again, we're going to sketch it. It's a faster way of doing these problems. It's probably this is more of kind of like to check your work, to get an understanding of how to do these problems, okay? Because there's a lot of things we're skipping here. For example, creating a table, maybe creating 3 points, drawing the perfect straight line, or doing the rise over the run or something. But it's okay if we're going to just sketch it, figure out where we're going with this. So y-intercept of -2. And so it's going to be over here, -2. That's my y-intercept. And this line is a dashed line going down because my slope tells me it's going down. Okay, it's going down at -2. All right. Now, question is, do I draw above the line or below the line to shade? Because this is an inequality, all right? So, best thing to do, cover up -2x, and then think about what number is bigger than -2. 1, 2, 3. Those numbers are bigger than -2. All right, we shade on the top. All right, so let's try this problem. 2x plus 5y is greater than -20. Okay, first of all, let's put it in mx plus b form. To do that, we subtract 2x on both sides. This becomes 5y is greater than -2x minus 20. The next thing to do is we want to isolate y, because it's a y equals mx plus b form, right? So let's divide by 5. That cancels out. So we got y is greater than -2 over 5 x, and 5 goes into -20, -4 times. Okay, there's a fraction, no big deal. So what do we got? We got greater than, meaning dashed line, right? We have a dashed line. What else? The slope, right? The slope is negative, okay? And then we have a y-intercept of what? -4. Okay, so let's sketch it. So -4 is down here. -1, -2, -3, -4. Right? It's right here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 up here. The slope is negative. It's going down and it's dashed. Okay. So it's going down and it's dashed. Not a perfect straight line, but good enough. Because this is inequality, we need to know if we're going to shade on the above or below. Okay, not a problem. We're going to cover the -2 over 5x. And then we have to ask ourselves, what number, which is y, what number is bigger than -4? What number is bigger than -4? Well, 1, 2, and 3 are bigger than -4. Okay, we have to shade on the top. And that's it.